Say it to me, and we'll start over.
Yep, just give us a heads up if you can hear all four, then we can start back over, guys. You didn't miss anything important though, if you can hear me.
No, we'll restart.
Oh, we can definitely hear you. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
So,
Everyone is hearing me.
We're just gonna go from here, okay? They can hear you. So,
Okay.
guys, my name is Philip, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the exclusive presentation of Pro Cycling Manager 2014. I am joined by Olafur, who you can finally hear now. But why don't you tell a little bit about yourself to the chat?
So
Still here?
Yes,
Can you tell the chat something about yourself? What do you do at Cyanide?
Yes, I'm the project manager of Pro Cycling Manager 2014, and so I will show you today the presentation of the game. We will see the most feature that we can during this time. I know now that you can hear me, so now we can really start.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So the first question people want to know is, when is this new awesome game coming out?
So the official release date is on the 19th of June. It's in 2 weeks. In worldwide and on Steam, on digital version, on boxes. There is only the Scandinavian version on box, which is released 1 week later.
So the game is just around the corner, guys.
Yes, you can enjoy the game and just before the Tour de France.
As always. But
yeah.
As we see on the live stream right now, we see that you have changed the interface. What have you done to it this year?
Yes, the interface has been really redesigned from scratch. We oriented the aim on a flat design, very dark. You maybe remember the old transparent white transparent backgrounds. Now it's very dark. You can see on the game right now. So it's the official visual. You see the helmet of a guy.
It's looking very good.
Yeah.
So, you guys announced that you'll be adding tutorials for the newcomers to this year's edition. Will those tutorials be in video format, or will you have to do some intensive reading?
Well, in fact, it will be none of these two propositions, but I will show you what. I just wanted to add that the minimal configuration and recommended are almost the same as last year. So you have to get 2 gigabytes of RAM to make the game run on the minimal configuration, and it's 500 megabytes for the graphic card. And for the recommended configuration, we have a little improved the recommendation to 4 gigabytes in RAM and 1 gigabyte on the graphic card.
That sounds good. That sounds lovely. But before we go on, guys, Olafur and I would like to make an announcement. You can currently buy Pro Cycling Manager 14 on Steam for 10% off. So while you're listening to this live stream or video, go check out Steam, and if we can convince you to buy this game, get it for 10% off today. So Olafur, which game mode would you like to go into detail first? Which one are you most proud about in this year's edition of PCM?
Well, I think we will start with the career mode, because we made huge improvements on it. So I'm starting a new game right now, just to show you what the tutorial looks like, and then we will see the transfers, the equipments, and all the new stuff we've added this year.
Sounds good. You spoke about transfers. Have you touched transfers in this edition of PCM?
Yes. For the moment, I'm just showing you how the tutorial will work. So I am choosing my team right now, and I can see that there is a pop-up that appears and explain me how the team choice works. So I can see, for example, here that the teams are filtered by division, and I can browse to choose the team I want. I'm going to the next one, how the divisions are working, and here I have an interaction to do. So I can sort the team by evaluation. So here
It looks very user-friendly, I gotta say. You guys
yes,
did a good job.
that's
Uh,
that's the point of the tutorial. It has to be very accessible by new players.
mhm.
When that was one of the objective this year, to improve the access on the game for people that never played to PCM before. So I'm choosing Team Sky here, and I have a few boxes. I'm skipping it from now because we won't do the whole tutorial.
That would take a while, I'd imagine,
Yes, we have
with
a
all the
lot of
things.
things to do.
Yeah. So tell me when you're in the actual career, because I'm seeing you and you're still picking a team.
Yes, I'm starting right now, but think I will load a save game to show the transfers, which
Okay.
is a hot topic. So well, I've just started a new career, but I'm switching to a save.
Hmm.
So uh, I'm I have a career with Belkin in the middle of the month of July. So what I will start talking about transfers.
Hmm. What have you done this year's addition to the game regarding transfers?
Uh, the additions, we wanted to make it more alive. I mean, before you just uh, asked for new contracts to the riders you wanted, you could renew uh, practically automatically your own riders. So now it has changed. There is a much more competition between the teams, and I can show you, for example, I'm not sure you can see it well on the stream, but I have a few news here. And for example, I have Steel Van Hoff that is asking me if I can give him a contract because he's very interested to go on my team. So this is the kind of rider that asks to the teams if they want to recruit him. I have another news saying me that Barry Marcus is very interested to renew on my team. So I will
Mhm.
keep my sprinter for next year. That's a good thing. Now Rick Flens is not the best rider in the world, and is very happy that I sent him a new contract. So in fact, there are a lot of different scenarios that can appear with the transfers. I have, for example, Matty Bretchel that is going to sing for me, uh, and he had offers from Tinkoff, Orica Green Edge, I Am Cycling, AG2R. So there is a big competition to sing to sign the players. So I think everyone will enjoy that. And
Looks very good.
yes, I'm going, for example, on the transfer page to show you the main transfer that are done so far. So, for example, I see that that Chris Froome has signed for Tinkoff Saxo. It's surprising, but you can see that what happened. Froome goes on Tinkoff. Quintana is signing for Team Sky, and Contador is signing for Movistar. So there is a switch between the three best mountain riders of the game.
It's a lot of changes.
Yes, so I think it will be a nice second season to play.
So, with all these changes comes another question, though.
Yeah.
You have to buy new riders, and you're gonna have to keep your old riders. Is the salary cap still there, with you only having 600,000 per team?
No, we removed the salary cap because it didn't have it didn't mean anything anymore, because we have made another change on the salaries. You know that before the salaries were quite linear. I mean, if you wanted a very big leader, it didn't cost a lot. Now it's very different. Maybe I can go to the search page, and you can see that Chris Froome is now wanting a salary of almost 200,000 euros by a month. And if you browse a little, you can see that rider like Pierre Roland is only 70,000 euros. So the very big leaders will cost a little more, but in the other end you have better finances and no salary cap, so you can really make huge teams if you want.
So with all these big salaries now, what is your main income? Have you made any changes to the finances aspect of the game?
Yes. Last year you had only the sponsor that gave you a part of the budget every month. Now it's still the same. There is the sponsor, but you have the equipment sponsors that are giving you money sometimes too. I will explain how the equipments work a little later. And you can see, for example, in the finance panel that you have the race bonuses back, so you can earn money just by winning races. So before you already had some bonuses with the sponsors objectives, but any race you win can give you some extra prize. For example, in the screen for the moment, there is a lot of little bonuses won with the national championship, and I think the Tour de France is ending in a few days, and it will represent a big amount of prizes. So now the finances are very different. There are many different sources of money.
That's good.
And
That's
you
good.
have to use it differently. So I think it's something that the real career players will like.
Yes, I know they have been asking to get this, so it's good that you guys listen to them.
Yes.
So another thing that you guys have been announcing is that injuries and illness will play a part in this year's game. What exactly are they doing in this game?
Okay, I'm just switching the save to show you the illnesses. So there was something that was very embarrassing for us last year. It was that if you assign a doctor to one rider, it was only reducing the time of absence, which doesn't make sense. If you break your leg, you won't you won't recover quicker with a doctor. So we totally removed it, and now you have new injuries and illnesses. And about illnesses, you can have some mails sometimes. I'm checking a mail right now. There, Thibaut Pinot is not at his best, so I'm receiving a mail explaining me that Thibaut Pinot is not feeling well, but I don't know yet what's happening to him. So if he is on a race and is on the Vuelta there, I have to take the risk to let him ride the game or making him abandon. So
how will this affect the race? Will he perform better or worse if he's sick?
You don't know. Sometimes he will be too sick to follow, so it can get worse if you keep letting him on the race, and it's worse and worse. But sometimes he can recover and feeling good again. So it's a bargain. You have to choose what you want to do with your riders. So, for example, Thibaut Pinot here, I can see in the injury screen that I don't have it yet. I have Cédric Pinot has a back pain, and I don't know when he will recover, because a back pain is just an injury, so he won't recover faster with a doctor.
It's just like real life then, or it sounds like that.
Yes, doctors have a little more importance now.
Okay, sounds good. Another change that you guys have made to this year's game was equipment sponsors. Would you talk a little bit about those?
Yes, this is not only a sponsor, but you have a few features available. So I'm on the equipment suppliers panel, so you can see there that I have three kind of sponsors, that are the frames that you already know, the wheels, and there is no helmet anymore, because we thought it was not logical to have a bonus on your stats just because you wear an helmet. It's not it doesn't make sense. So we replaced it with the group set, which is the gear and stuff. So you have three types of contracts. I'm in a setup that say to me that I have Meccano wheels. Well, we don't have the licenses to use the real names. I have Meccano wheels that gives me some money every month or every year, yeah, with a contract ending at the end of the season. And I don't have an R&D program, so I'm going back to R&D just right after. I have Meccano as well, with no R&D program, and with Mapair I have a full R&D program, so I can show you how it will work. You can see on the bottom of the screen that I have various proposition. I have the same Mapair contract that is proposing me a new contract, but a lot less than last year. So I'm not sure I will accept this one, and maybe wait for other offers. And I have two wheels contracts that are from a different manufacturer. So I just accepted one contract with OXO, but still with no R&D program. So that was the part on sponsors. But
so would you compare this to secondary sponsors in the earlier versions of Pro Cycling Manager?
Yes, it's not exactly the same, because it's not only a new source of money, but actually a new source of gameplay. So I'm switching to the equipment part. So it's here. So here you can see that I'm on the frame part of the equipments, and I have access to the research and development. Just right now I'm working on a new equipment, which is Aerostorm. It means as I can make R&D with my equipments, I can ask to Mapper to upgrade a new equipment, and hope it will be better. So here it's a time trial frame. It has 4 star in aerodynamics and 0 in the rest. I can hope, for example, that the next version of it will be lighter. So I have access to new equipments that I will be able to test on the race. So it's I think it's very interesting, and besides, there will be more importance of the equipment stats on the riders. You can feel that you have a good equipment compared to the other teams.
How can you feel that in the game? Like, which can you see it on the green bar, the red bar, yellow bar, or form of the day?
It's like an overall feeling. It is completed with the form of the day that has changed a little as well. But if you try to do a race with the worst equipment, you will see that you're a little less quick than the competition. So you have to stay at the top of the level of equipments to stay at the top of level of in races.
Yep.
Not sure you see my point. It's okay.
We see it. We totally see it. That makes sense.
Okay.
It definitely makes sense.
So yes.
That was the equipment. That's a great new feature, by the way. One of the things that was asked on PCM Daily was that, will we still be interrupted when we simulate without interruptions?
Yes. It's not the same as before, because that was true that it's not normal to be interrupted if you didn't want it. But now I can show you the new agenda that we added. So if you remember, before you had a calendar at the bottom of the screen and a next button. Now it's at the top. You can see the list of incoming race and blocking news. Because there are still blocking news, you have to make some choices at certain moments of the career. So, well, it's not the best example because I only have races to run now. But if I'm simulating until the Settimana Lombarda, I won't be interrupted, except if there is a new blocking news that is not planned, but you can simulate without interruption for real.
That sounds good. What made you change the calendar feature? I know that most of us liked it in the bottom. What made you change that? Why did you change that?
We had some comments saying that the calendar was not very ergonomic.
Ooh.
So we wanted to change that, and I think it's easier to navigate now in the career in general. a menu that is not always shown, and at the bottom of the screen there are new information like the number of mails that are unread, the balance, the sponsor confidence, and the next incoming race plus the next objective. So with one site you can see what are the next incoming thing.
I'm definitely a fan of this new interface. I like it a lot more than the previous one.
Okay.
One thing the guys in the chat have been screaming about, they want to see some 3D racing. Do you think we can move over to some 3D racing?
Yes. Just one question that we didn't talk about is the possibility of changing the teams.
Oh yeah.
Receive new job offers. So that's one thing that we decided to not to make, because it would look like a football game, and we are not making a football game. You don't see coaches changing team every year with a transfer market and stuff. So it's not very realistic in cycling. So we didn't see any reason to go this way.
Mm-hmm. I think the example you made was Patrick Lefevre would never go to a team as Belkin.
Yes.
He would never leave Omega Pharma Quickstep, and I think it's realistic. I think it's smart.
Yes, that's what we wanted to avoid, because cycling is not like that.
It's a good thing it's not like that, I think.
Yeah. Should we switch to the 3D race mode?
Yes, I think that'd be much appreciated. So, two new features that you put in this year's game was the auto mode and the next auto action feature. Can you explain why would you put these things in the game? Like, what was the thought behind these two new features?
Okay, I'm explaining it to you.
Yep.
For the 3D race, we are going to do the Pladadet stage, because it's not so long, and it's a mountain stage, so it will be fun. So I'm advancing a little. So I choose the Pladadet. Just on this screen you can see that there is a new model for the jerseys. When I'm choosing my team, I can see the jersey. So which team am I gonna take? Let's sort them. Well, I'm taking Movistar because I like the team and they have good riders. So let's go.
Looks good.
Okay, so now we are on the pre-race menu. So it's brand new. You don't have a thousand of screen to pass to launch a race now. It is simple now, but with more informations. So I'm on the subscription. I'm making my roster. So Nairo Quintana was not selected. I don't agree with that. Okay, so I have Quintana, Valverde, Inchosti, Schmidt, etc. Castroviejo. Okay, so that's the roster part that didn't change a lot this year. But now I'm wanting to show you the equipment page. So here you can choose the equipments you want. So you can see that I can choose my frame, front wheel and rear wheel. In fact, the group set that I mentioned before is not really giving you better cards, because it's there's not so much differences between everything.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, I'm giving a special equipment to Gadre. Why not? So I'm applying this, and you can see he has a different set. I think I might change that because it won't be good on on mountain otherwise. So there are 3 stats that that are important for the race: aerodynamics, lightness, and comfort. The aerodynamics is done for the time trials and the flat, so it's a set for equipments for the sprinters, the time trialists. The lightness is more for the mountain and hills, and then the comfort is more adapted to the cobble races. So I'm giving a light equipment to Gadret, otherwise he won't be good in the mountains. So okay, I'm taking the best in every. So
what is the scale on the stars in equipment? What is the scale? Does it go from 0 to 15?
Not necessarily. There is a. I think it's because I'm in one-off mode, so there is not there is no R&D and all the carrier stuff. So I think it's 5 stars at maximum, but
Okay.
it may be different on the carrier. So that's all for the equipment. Here is the new strategy panel. So I remember your questions about the auto mode. It starts before the race. So
Let's see.
yes. So
Could you explain the features? Like you see the different icons to the right. Could you explain those?
yes, sure. So first I have to the left of the screen the list of my riders, and I see there that Quintana is set as a leader, and you can see that I just registered him, so it's dynamic. So Quintana is the leader. Valverde and Anton will be helpers, not helpers. I mean, they will have a wild card to attack from far, and the other guys are teammates. So I'm not happy with that. So I will change it. So I'm setting first the status of my team. So I'm gonna make Valverde a leader as well. So I'm clicking on him. So now it's a leader, and I will give him a few teammates like Izaguirre, Castroviejo, and a third one which will be Gadret. So I split my team in 2 parts, and I think during the game I will control Quintana and let Valverde on his own with the strategy I gave him. That's the idea. And I'm letting Igor Anton as a free rider. He can do whatever he wants. So now on the right part I have a few strategies. There are a little more on the tour mode, because you can fight for the different rankings. Here on a single stage there's only the victory that counts. So the last 3 icons are for attacking. You can choose to never attack, follow the attacks on, or attack. So I can give an order to Quintana, but I know I will control him, so it's not very important. But I can ask to Valverde to attack, to take a risk. And I wanted to ask to Gadret to attack as well. So he might attack during the game, even if he's a teammate from Valverde. He can attack as well. So the other one won't attack. and Anton will take risk as well. This order is riding breakaway. It's to follow the breakaways. If you are interested by victory, you can ask it to some riders. And the first one is ride for the stage, which is pretty obvious, but in a tour mode, in a stage race, you can skip some stages if it doesn't interest you. So okay, now I'm going on the briefing quickly because the loading screen is the same as this one, so I can it's an information panel, so you can you can watch a lot of informations like your roster and the rankings of your riders, the list of teams with favorite riders of every teams, and the last panel is about favorites, so you can see who can win the stage. But now you can see the favorites before the loading happens, so you might change your roster at the last time. I think I will launch the race now.
I have a quick question about the strategy thing. How many leaders can you have? I saw you have both Quintana and Valverde. What's the maximum amount?
It's two leaders that you can have maximum.
Okay.
So for example, if I want to tell Anton to be a leader, I'm clicking on him. He can, because I already have two. And in other stages you can set a sprinter as well, which is considered as a leader, but it's to make a sprint train or something like that. So
okay.
I think I'm going to load the race. It can take a little while, so I will take this time to read if there are new questions or things like that.